What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to my BPL Team of the Season prediction. So what I was going to do for this video guys was give you my prediction of what I think the BPL team of the season is going to be and then take your guys' prediction and give you that as well. But it turns out that your guys' prediction is just one player different to mine, so I'm just going to explain which player that is once we get to him. And you basically decided on Facebook, my Facebook is facebook.com/nepomonster, and you guys voted for the players that you thought should be in the team of the season. So I've gone through the subs and the starting lineup, and we're going to have a look at who I think. But first and foremost guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Just be aware this is entirely my opinion, and any facts or figures or whatever that I get wrong in advance I apologize for, because undoubtedly I will get something wrong somewhere throughout here. But I've got a sheet full of stats and information for you guys. Hopefully I get everything right. Now, traditionally from EA, when a player has a team of the season or a team of the year card, they get bumped up by 5 ratings essentially. So with the BPL, that's exactly what I've done. I've taken everyone's current card and put them up 5 ratings. The actual stats, as you can see here, the pace, the shooting, the passing, dribbling, defending and heading, I've bumped those up myself based on what I think EA will do. But this is like, can't stress enough how different this most probably will be, and a lot of you guys will probably have huge differences in opinions to me on that section. But that is that. So on the bench guys, first and foremost, we've got Miku playing for Swansea. I've got him as a cam, although he kind of plays centre forward / striker. He scored 17 goals and 2 assists in 31 games for Swansea this season, which is insane. He had an incredible first half of the season. If he did carry on playing like that throughout the second half, he probably would have been in the starting lineup. But unfortunately, he dropped off towards the second half of the season. He's still been an absolute revelation this season. The second player on the bench, now this is one person that you guys voted into the main team, so he's obviously not my right back, but this is the guy that you guys decided should be the right back in a team of the season. All the other starting 10 players are exactly the same as what I thought. Rafael's scored 3 goals and 3 assists for Man United this season, but he's been playing out of his skin. He's had a really good season, and he is close between him and who I chose as a right back. And the reason why I chose the person that I chose is simply because I think he's had just about a better all-round season than Rafael, but they're very close in terms of stats. The next player we've got, guys, is David Luiz as a centre-back, of course. 84 rated, I've put him as. He's going to be one of those players that you are going to be desperate to get hold of. He's going to be an absolute bomb in this team of the season, if, of course, he's in there. These are just my opinions. He scored 2 goals and 2 assists in the 25 games that he's played for Chelsea so far this season. Some of his goals as well have been absolute rockets. These are only BPL stats as well, by the way, guys, so maybe he has scored more than 2 goals and 2 assists, but this is just BPL only. And yeah, he's had a great season. You know, he's always going to be that loose cannon kind of guy, but that's what makes him him, I guess. The next player we've got on the bench, guys, is a 92 rated Sergio Aguero. 10 goals and 2 assists for Man City in 19 starts and 7 sub appearances. I don't think he's ever going to make the starting lineup. You know, you guys know who the 2 starting strikers are going to be, but I got a good feeling that he'll be on the bench for sure. The next player we got, guys, is Michael Carrick in a 4-4-2, a centre midfielder again. This is one of those players. Michael Carrick could very well be in the starting 11. You guys, with the 2 players that you picked, one was a clear winner. And then between Carrick and the other person that's in the actual starting lineup, there was like 10 votes between them. Carrick's had a great season for Man United. He's only scored 1 goal and got 4 assists in his 31 appearances, but he plays that sort of position that is just super important for a football club. He's kind of like Mikel Arteta of Arsenal. He's kind of like, I want to say, I don't want to say, but I do want to say, he's kind of like the Toure for Man City. You know, he kind of just sits a bit deeper and clears things up. But Toure's like a bit more of he's got so much more of an attacking threat than Michael Carrick. But in terms of defence, they play that very similar role where they just sit in front of the defenders and behind the midfield and kind of dictate the play. And Carrick does that very well. The next player we got, guys, is Eden Hazard. The only reason why he's not in the team is because you know who is in his position. He's had a really good season for Chelsea, scoring 9 goals and getting 9 assists in the BPL in 28 starts. He's going to be a hell of a player if he gets the inform. I can imagine his stats are going to be ridiculously good, and he's going to be going for a hell of a lot of money. And then the last person we got on the bench is the goalkeeper, Asmir Begovic. So Begovic has made 98 saves this season and has 11 clean sheets in 34 games. That's incredible, you know. Like, he has had an awesome season. Stoke Stoke always get in a bit of trouble in the BPL. You know, they're always down there, like fighting for survival. I don't actually even know where they are this season. Let me go and... Well, I'm not going to have a look. You're going to see that on the screen now, though, and you're going to see my interactions as well. But yeah, so I can't remember where Stoke are in their table. I would assume they were mid-table. They do seem to be one of those teams that kind of floats between the bottom and the middle of the table. But Begovic, anyway, regardless of Stoke, has had a phenomenal season, and it's just a shame that he won't get to be the he won't get to be the #1 goalkeeper, and that's simply because the #1 goalkeeper has 78 saves and 11 clean sheets in 26 games, so 8 games less, the same amount of clean sheets and just 20 saves less. But into the first starting player, guys, and we've got Luiz Suarez, of course. He scored 23 goals and has 5 assists in 33 games. Awesome stats. He is a great player. His dribbling, his shooting, incredible. It's just a shame his on-the-field temperament lets him down time and time again. Hopefully he comes back from his ban a changed man, but the same footballer, because if that's the case, next season he'll be an absolute world beater yet again. And if Liverpool don't get into Europe this season at all, they could be in trouble trying to hang on to him. In at the second striker spot, guys, we've got, of course, Robin van Persie. 24 goals and 8 assists in 31 starts and 3 substitute appearances. He has been, for me, the purchase of the season this season. Man United picked him up for, like, what, 20 to 22 million? That's cheap. I know he had only 1 year left on his contract, but he is unbelievable. You know, he done the work at Arsenal every single time. You know, the last couple of seasons he spent there, he carried the team. There's no doubt about it. And with Man United this season, again, he's another one. He's dropped off the pace the second half of the season. He could easily have hit 30 or 40 goals this season if he'd kept up the pace, but that wasn't the case. But he is still the top scorer in the BPL currently this season, and definitely will be in this team of the season for the BPL. In at the left midfield spot, guys, like I said, the only person that's ever going to take out Hazard in that LM spot, and that's Gareth Bale. Most definitely the player of the season in the BPL this season for me. 18 goals and 4 assists in 28 games, but not just the goals that he's scored. It's the manner of the way he scored them. He scored last-gasp winners. He scored absolute bullets. He scored long-range goals. He scored solo skill goals. He's done it all this season. It's a shame that he's going to be in a team that may not make the top 4. You know, he deserves to be playing Champions League football, and if Spurs don't make the top 4, Bale should leave and go to a club that does get Champions League football. Of course, that's going to upset a lot of Spurs fans saying that, but that's just hypothetical, guys. If, of course, Spurs do make the top 4, then he will be playing Champions League football again, and who knows, maybe he'll go and do what he did to Inter Milan again and just absolutely destroy teams and scoring hat-tricks to left, right and centre and all that kind of business. In at the first centre midfield spot, guys, we've got Juan Mata. Juan Mata was head and shoulders the most favoured centre midfielder for this team. He's got 10 goals and 12 assists in 26 starts and 4 substitute appearances. He's had a great season for Chelsea. A lot of his season's been played at the right-hand side of the midfield, so I don't know whether or not EA are going to make him a cam or a right mid. I would have thought they would have made him a cam, but you never know with EA. And the second centre midfielder we got, guys, is Santi Cazorla. Like I say, it was really tight between him and Carrick for that starting place. Cazorla is another one that this season started brightly, had a phenomenal first half of the season, and then has kind of dropped off the pace towards the back end of the season. He's still got 12 goals and 7 assists in 33 starts and 1 substitute appearance. And, you know, being an Arsenal fan, I can't tell you how pleased I am to have him at our club. In at the right wing spot, guys, or the right mid spot, is Theo Walcott. Theo's had, again, a great start to the season and has dropped off in the second half. What has happened to the second half of the season? Somebody actually showed me some stats for the first half and the second half, and the amount of goals scored in the first half of the season compared to the second half is ridiculous. Obviously, players are getting tired, injured, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, so Walcott, guys, 11 goals and 10 assists in 20 starts and 8 substitute appearances. That is great stuff. I know he started a few of those games as striker, which obviously adds to his goal tally there. And I don't ever think EA will give him a team of the season card as a striker. It'll be a right wing or a right mid for sure. But he completes the midfield, and then we move on to the defence. And at left back we've got Leighton Baines. This was a very, very clear winner. 5 goals and 5 assists for Baines in 34 appearances. But it's not, again, just his attacking options. Baines offers great work defensively. He's played very, very well for Everton, even though Everton, they've fallen off the pace of the second half of the season. You know, they were looking good for Champions League spots for a long time. Don't think they're going to get there now. I think it's between Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs for those spots. The first centre-back we've got is Jan Vertonghen. Again, just a revelation this season. He has had a stunning season, and Belgium have got one hell of a set of centre-backs, haven't they? They've got Vermaelen, Vertonghen, Kompany, they've got some great centre-backs in their team. But Vertonghen's had a great season. He's got 2 informs already this season as well. He's scored 4 goals and 3 assists in 29 games. And, you know, he plays really, really well for Spurs. Spurs are quite an attacking team. But as you can see by the stats here, I have given him 85 defence and 86 heading just because he is just an absolute stalwart in defence. The other centre-back we have got is the Belgian Vincent Kompany. So Kompany with just 1 goal this season and no assists in 24 appearances. But he really isn't the sort of person that attacks. Kompany is definitely the sort of person that sits back and defends, and that's why I've given him 90 defending and 84 heading, because he's not an attacking kind of player. He does great work for Manchester City, and it's a shame that they're not in a title race anymore. Man United have obviously won the title, but last season was a great season to the last day, but this season it wasn't to be. But Kompany has still been one of the better centre-backs of the BPL this year. In at right-back, my choice, like I said, your choice for the right-back, guys, was Raphael. My choice is Pablo Zabaleta. Zaba's got 2 goals and 2 assists in 27 appearances for Manchester City this season. He's scored some really, really important goals, even though there's only 2 of them. He has scored a couple of really important goals, and he's just played really, really well. Like I say, between him and Raphael, there's almost nothing to decide which one's better, and maybe EA will go with Raphael because Manchester United won the BPL. I personally think Zabaleta just shades it by like a hair, you know. And then in goal, we've of course got David De Gea. Like I said, De Gea has made 78 saves and 11 clean sheets in just 26 starts for Manchester United. That is just awesome, you know. I think when he first joined United, he had a bit of a bad start. He let in a few silly goals, and you know, he's come back through that, and now here he is. In my opinion, he'll be in the team of the season. So we'll just take a look at that team. I've dressed it up as a 4-4-2, guys, but it could be any sort of variation. It wouldn't surprise me if EA did like a 4-3-3, but played like Van Persie in the right wing position and had him as a striker. You know, EA do things like that. So that is the team. We'll run through it one more time. On the bench, we've got Begovic, Hazard, Carrick, Aguero, David Luiz, Raphael and Miku, and then the starting lineup is De Gea in goal, Zabaleta, Kompany, Vertonghen, Baines, Bale, Mata, Cazorla, Walcott, Van Persie and Suarez. If you guys have got any difference in opinion to this team, be sure to let me know in the comment section. Of course, I welcome all the kind of different opinions that you guys are going to have. Nobody's going to think exactly the same all of the time. If you guys think maybe I've got someone wrong in the starting lineup or whatever, be sure to go and check out my Facebook page and maybe re-vote these teams. But for now, guys, this is the end of the video. If you want to see another video today, I'll have one up anyway at 10 o'clock tonight. If you want to see another one at 5 o'clock tonight, maybe I'll have enough time. Let me know in the comment section, and like the hell out of this video. As always, it's appreciated. But for now, guys, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go and get some lunch. I'm going to go and get myself a can of Dr. Pepper, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!